Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's Dr. Toyin Alli here, and I thought I'd come on with a different style of video, something more casual, something more chatty, because I feel like I've been wanting to talk about my business, and so I've been setting up different ways to talk about business with academics, and I was like, I gotta get back to my roots. YouTube, why am I not doing this on YouTube and having these conversations that maybe you all can relate to? So if you know anything about me and my Dr. Toyin Alli brand, which is the second brand that I created under my business, the Academic Society, I help professors create what I call a semester-proof business, which is a business that runs profitably, reliably, or is reliably profitable, and you only have to work like 5 hours or less per week. So it doesn't take over your life, and you can still be an academic while you're running your business. And so I've been living by this method for the past, has it been 8 years since I started my business back in 2017? So about 8 years. And now I am feeling like constricted and like my business is kind of a mess, not in the way that it's not working or it's not profitable. It's not matching the lifestyle that I had set up for myself. I am the type of person where I love to learn, and you probably get it, you're an academic. I love to learn about different business strategies, and so I always test them out and try them. And so what has ended up happening is that my business has gotten way too big. It's doing too much, and it's starting to like push outside of the 5 hours a week that I want to spend on it. And so I'm trying to figure out, how can I simplify my business so that it doesn't step outside of those boundaries that I've created for myself. And I started with the Academic Society on my like scale down. The Academic Society, where I help grad students with time management and productivity. I have courses for them. I have a book. I do speaking engagements. I run summer programs. And I have a community. I have so much going on with that business. Oh, by the way, I launched a merch store for that brand. It's too much. And in order to navigate it all, I either need to hire a bunch of people or I need to scale back. And I'm going to start with scaling back. And I have already started doing that. So this summer, I created a new offer in the Academic Society business. It was a very low priced membership because I was like, I'm getting exhausted selling all of the little courses and templates and things that I had created for grad students. What if I created an all access pass for them so that anyone who's interested in any of my stuff can get access to those things inside of that learning community? And there's also co-working, and we have planning sessions and things like that. It's just like everything that I was doing, I just put it in one place so I could focus on selling one thing. And in theory, that was so great. And because it was so low price, which I know this like business wise, it doesn't matter what you price things. It takes pretty much the same amount of effort to sell something super expensive as it does inexpensive. But I created this as a low ticket offer because I know my audience of grad students, they're not paying a lot of money. It was $10 a month. And in my mind, what I thought would happen when I opened the doors and said, all of this stuff that I created for money, you can get it for $10 a month in this community. I expected them to run and be like, oh my gosh, I have to get in so I can get in on these resources that I've been wanting to buy for all of these years. That didn't happen. It was more of a trickle. Like every time I would send an email about it, 1 or 2 members would join. That would be great if this was like a $50 or a $100 membership, but a $10 membership, I wanted more than a trickle. And I was like, okay, you know what? This is taking more time than I wanted to. Let's just flip the model. Let's change the business model. So I just went through this whole process last week, I think, of changing the business model of the membership. It's now free, but you can unlock the courses and stuff inside by purchasing them. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that feels so much better to me. The grad students get more access. They actually get access to the things. Like what was ended up happening was people weren't getting the resources they need because they didn't want to have a membership. Know your audience. Grad students don't really want a month-to-month membership, no matter how cheap it is. So I'm feeling so good about that decision. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what else can I do? How else can I descale? And so I am truly considering having like turning the business model of the academic society where I would sell like digital courses and all of this stuff and just really just do the parts that are most profitable for me, which is speaking, getting booked to speak at universities to talk to their grad students or McNair scholars, and my book. I was like, wouldn't it be so much easier if I just sold my speaking and my book and then just have grad students join my community for free? Absolutely. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write a second edition. I now give myself more projects. My book has been in existence 2019, I think. It's getting kind of old, and I've expanded and I know so much more and I've helped more grad students. So I think I can make the book even better. So I'm going to write a second edition this summer of my book, and I've been really wanting to change the cover of the book. So I'm going to re-release it with a new cover. And I'm just going to focus on being an author and a speaker. I love that for me. And then I already have a community manager in the learning community. I just need to find a way to be more hands-off when it comes to like the posts, because I post once a week asking about their goals, and I come back in at the end of the week to check on how they did. And sometimes I'm late and there's no way to schedule it in the platform I'm using, which is annoying. So I need to figure that part out, but I'm thinking the community could end up running itself. So I'm excited about that, and I feel like a lot of relief about that. So then that brings me to my second brand, the Dr. Toyin Alli brand, which is related to this YouTube channel. That business has really changed a lot. When I first started it, I was like, I want to try a service-based business because I had never done services in my other brand. And I was like, this seems like it could be cool. And so I launched a service where I would literally create a whole business for a professor or an academic and give them a whole like business plan and blueprint and like create project management system for them and outline everything they need to do day to day, week to week, and I would create a 5-hour business week for them. And that was great. I like had 3, actually maybe 4 clients, and it was a fairly high ticket offer. I was like, oh, love that. And then I was like, maybe I'm ready for more hands-off stuff. And so I started creating courses. So I created my semester proof business course, my independent professor workshop. Then I created an evergreen email course, and I was like, uh-oh, I'm turning this into the same situation that I had with the academic society. I don't want to do that. So I'm like pausing now. I don't want to have a bunch of different offers so that people are confused what they need. I want to be known for 2 to 3 things, and you know clearly which thing you need to be in if you have the issue that I'm solving in that thing. And I actually started the year with a goal of not creating any more new offers. But then I had a conversation. I had a conversation with an academic on LinkedIn. She was like, I literally just Googled the words academic entrepreneur and I found your YouTube channel. I resonated with what you were talking about, and I just really want to be in community with other academics. And she was saying how she's a few steps behind me in her business journey, but she's not a newbie. And I was like, oh, this is so interesting because I feel like there are many, many other academic entrepreneurs out there, but no one's talking about their businesses because they feel weird about it. No one else in their department is running a business and they don't want their department to find out about their business. And so I was like, what if I created this community? And I call it the Secret Society of Academic Entrepreneurs for business owners who are academics, so we can talk about what we're doing in our businesses together and work on being more visible and have accountability to actually work on our business and not just rely on our academic salary to fund us, but actually be funded through our businesses. And I launched that. I launched it with a networking event that people loved. I got 12 amazing academic entrepreneurs in the community. It's been so fun. We have, oh my gosh, it's so cool. I knew academics would like not be able to show up live all the time because everyone's schedule is weird. You have last minute meetings. So I was like, what if we could get to know each other asynchronously? So I created a private podcast feed where people can literally upload recordings of their speaking. Just press a button, start speaking, and I add it to their podcast feed. So it's like everyone gets their own podcast episode to introduce themselves. And then we do these events where we all talk about a specific topic and I put it all together, and then that goes into the feed. And then we haven't done one yet, but later this month we're going to do just like a social chat just to get to know each other, just talk about whatever comes up, because it's not all about business, it's not all about academia. We are people too. And I've been loving being part of this community so much. But that is another offer that I've created. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to stop myself before my business blows up like the other part of my business did. And so now I'm really trying to streamline, and I think I'm going to join a mastermind to help me with this. I actually have a sales call that I'm getting on tomorrow with Kirsten Roldan. She has $1 Million CEO, that is the name of her mastermind, and she really focuses on team, systems, and mindset, and I think that's where I am in my business, where I need support in those things. So I'm probably going to join that program. I'll let you know if I do, but I need someone else's brain to like look at my business to help me like streamline it even more. Right now, what I'm thinking I would love for my business to be is my 6-figure professor program. I've only launched it once. It was a 6-month mentorship program for business owners who want to create a 6-figure business, a business that doubles their teaching salary, but like it's funded by their business. And oh my gosh, I sold out that cohort. 5 members went in and they stayed with me the whole 6 months and they loved it. So I'm so excited to relaunch it again in June. So I definitely want that to be part of my product suite. I have my Secret Society of Academic Entrepreneurs. I'm excited about that. What's interesting is because Secret Society of Academic Entrepreneurs is for established academics, I'm not necessarily sure not necessarily sure when or how it's perceived from my audience. Like in my mind, you need to be in 6-figure professor to be a great candidate for the community. But also there are some people in the community that I feel would be a good fit for 6-figure professor. So it kind of feels similar level, and I don't want these two offers to cannibalize themselves. And so that's one of the things I need coaching around, is positioning the two offers so that they feel very different. I mean, one is one-on-one coaching and the other is a group community. So they are different containers, but are they for the same person? That's something I want to think about. And then have a DIY option to my semester proof business course. I think those are going to be my 3 main offers. I have like a one-off call, strategy call that I'm happy to do as well, but forward facing, I think these are going to be the main things I do. So I'm just having a few growing pains. I brought this up to my husband quite a few times. He was like, this is something that's just been on your mind. I think you should probably join that program. I was like, I think I should too. So let me know what has been going on in your business. Are you having growing pains? Are you feeling weird in your stage of business? Do you have questions for me? Let me know. Also, do you like this style of just chatty videos where I just share what is going on in my academic dream life? All right, that is all. I'll chat with you in the next one. I probably won't even edit this. All right, bye.